Thank you, Ms. Tauhay. I am Irene G. Gonzalez, and I will be discussing the culture industry and popular music. So, to begin with, the culture industry, according to the Frankfurt School, reflects the consolidation of commodity fetishism, the domination of exchange value, and the ascendancy of state monopoly capitalism. Ina-explain nito kung paano negatibong nakakaapekto sa atin ang culture industry dahil it shapes the taste or preferences of the masses, thereby molding our consciousness by instilling the desire for several false needs. Key to this notion is the way the culture industry continuously creates simple and familiar pleasures that feed into our desire for instant and easy gratification. That being said, let's take a further look at the concept of culture industry discussed by Theodore Adorno and Max Horkheimer's book called Dialectic of Enlightenment. For Adorno and Horkheimer, dinedescribe nila how popular culture is parang factory na nagpo-produce ng standardized cultural goods na ginagamit upang i-manipulate ang mass society into passivity or you allowing others to do certain things without you complaining or pushing back, which in turn produces standardized people. This illustrates one of the inherent dangers of the culture industry that is met and satisfied by the products of capitalism. In view of this, a more advanced definition of culture industry draws on the seeming contradiction between human culture and mechanical industry. Ito ang main point ni Adorno at Horkheimer's. Ipinapangatwiran nila na ang culture ay nauugnay in late capitalism kung saan ang lahat ng form of culture mula sa panintikan sa pelikula at maging sa pop music ay bahagi ng capitalist system of production. Ayon sa kanila, ang mga cultural products na ito ay hindi lamang nandyan para kumita, but it also produce consumers that are adapted to the needs of the capitalist system. A simplified example which can help explain the culture industry is the TV lifestyle. Alam natin sa mga movie or teleserye, usually they have luxury lifestyle, great homes, nice clothes, and more, except sa case in which the character is poor. And according to Adorno and Horkheimer's, this is not a coincidence. This shows send a consumerist message about how good life should look, prompting people to adopt a certain version of it. Seemingly, all films and TV shows, take for example the Hollywood movies we watch are different, but in fact, they follow the same recycled formulas just like the other types of consumer goods. Like consumer goods, it feels like there is something different, but in fact, it's all variations of the same thing. This is a main feature of the culture industry for the fact that all products are produced under the same scheme allows them to be recognizable and effortlessly consumed. This is how the culture industry imposes conformity with things that only seem to be different but are in fact all variations of the same thing. Sa madaling salita, the concept of culture industry by Adorno and Horkheimer's describes how mass culture and big business are inherently bound together to make up a large-scale system of control, abuse of power, and exploitation. Moving on, let's talk about the culture industry and popular music. So, the concept of culture industry as defined by Theodore Adorno and Max Horkheimer in their book has been applied to a wide range of cultural fields, including popular music. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina, ang culture industry refers to the standardization and commercialization of culture and art, in which the production of cultural goods is primarily motivated by profit rather than artistic expression or social value. Meanwhile, ang popular music naman ay isang important aspect of the culture industry. So, in this context, popular music refers to music that is widely consumed by the masses and that is produced and marketed by the music industry, including genres such as pop, rock, hip-hop, and electronic dance music. Sa makatuwid, ang culture industry and popular music ay magkaugnay sa maraming paraan. The music industry, which is a key component of the culture industry, produces and markets popular music to a mass audience using a variety of promotional tactics such as radio, music videos, and social media marketing. At the same time, pop music can be seen as a product of the culture industry as it is often characterized by standardized production methods, formulaic songwriting, and a focus on commercial appeal rather than artistic innovation. This has led some critics to argue that pop music is a reflection of the homogenization and commodification of culture under capitalism, whereas it supports the theory of Adorno's two industry processes, which is the standardization and pseudo-individualization. Both can come in the form of film, music, magazines, televisions, and websites, but we will just focus in the form of music. First, standardization meant that parts of popular songs such as the chorus, verse, and the bridge could be swapped in and out at will without doing any damage to the final product, providing that a popular song is the same genre of music as another and many elements can be changed without much noticeable difference. Madalas itong nakikita ngayon sa mga top 20 songs in radio. The standardization of cultural products then leads into the next part of Adorno and Horkheimer's theory, which is pseudo-individualization. Ito ang paraan kung saan ang mga cultural products are designed to make them seem as unique and new. However, the theory of standardization suggests that this is not the case. Dahil kung titignan natin ito in marketing way, this can be called product diversification. For instance, the way that Apple releases new iPhones in just slightly different features gives the consumer the idea that they are purchasing something different, whereas in reality, they are receiving a phone that serves the same function as any other smartphone. The same goes with cultural products such as pop music. So, to conclude, Adorno and Horkheimer believe that the culture industry and pop music allows people to become masses and be easily manipulated by capitalist corporation and authoritarian government. But despite these theories and criticisms, popular music still remains a significant cultural force, shaping the tastes and identities of millions of people around the world. Keep the ball rolling, Miss Reyes.
Good day, everyone. I'm Kimberly Reyes, and now let's move on to Adorno's theory of popular music, Cadillacs, and doo-wop. So, Grandin's article about Theodore Adorno meets the Cadillac is a critique of Adorno's theory of pop music. So, dito diniscuss niya about the implications of Adorno's theory by reference to Cadillacs, which is a brand name of a luxury car, and another Cadillacs, which also an example of a doo-wop group. By the way, doo-wop group is a vocal group harmony where instead of using musical instrument, gumagamit sila ng a cappella or mga simple words to produce a tone for the whole song. And naging popular sila between 1955 to 1959. So, Adorno's criticism of pop culture is that it is standardized, where cars are also standardized. So, Brandon argues that hindi dapat kino-compare sa market ang car at music, particularly in technological advances. In cars, the manufacturer tends to promote increased standardization since madali lang naman silang nakakapagpalit ng mga parts ng sasakyan. In music industry naman, technological advances tends to promote individuality of music styles, where music is not like just another commercial product. So, according to Grandon, functional and textual artifacts are equally the object of different kinds of consumption. So, if may bumili ng isang functional artifacts and found it to be useful, then maraming bibili ulit ng katulad nito kung kinakailangan, katulad ng mga cars. But, if a textual artifact, such as a song record, di ba pag nag-release ang isang group singer like BTS, kapag bumili ka ng isang album nila and nagustuhan mo, and hanggang sa naging fan ka na nila, mapapabili ka ulit ng album nila sa susunod, pero ibang klase naman yung bibilhin mo since gusto mong mapakinggan pa yung iba nilang songs na hindi kasali sa album na nabili mo. So, textual artifacts are like to purchase but cannot be purchased twice. Also, Grandin criticizes Adorno for failing to understand what genre is in a pop culture. Uh, and doo-wop is an example of genre, where genre helps people in organization of pleasure. Renda also said na ang musical genres ay nagbabago over the years.